Okay, we're going to pick up where we left off. We're going to go over some of what you guys did with your partners yesterday. While I'm thinking of it, your test will be Wednesday and Thursday next week. You can bring a drink, just like you did for reading. You can also bring like a Ziploc baggie of dry cereal. Okay, you'll still get your snack from the school, but you know those don't last very long. And like when I'm studying and stuff, I just like to have something to munch on. It helps me concentrate. Okay, but a Ziploc size baggie, or you know, they make those on the go cups. That would work too. Okay. Obviously no milk with it. Okay, just some to munch on. Do you have to? No, but if you want to, you sure can. Okay. So questions on that part. I did send a message home on Seesaw to your parents about that. Okay. All right. So number 29 is where we left off as a group. So go ahead and turn the page here. Evaluate. What does evaluate mean? What? Huh? Answer it. Solve it, right? Well, we can't really solve for K, but could I multiply this out? Okay. So are 4 and 2K, are those like terms? No, because this is just 4 and this is 2 times K. So they're not alike, right? So to evaluate, first we would take 3 times 4, and then we would add that to 3 times 2K. Did anybody do it like that? Okay, so what would we get first? 12 plus 2 times 3K would be 6. 6 what? Okay. So what letter is that one? C. Okay, which of the following has a value less than 0? Is 4 less than 0? No. What do those 2 lines there mean? Absolute value. What's the absolute value of 4? Is 4 less than 0? What do those 2 lines there mean? What is absolute value? How far is it from? It doesn't matter which way, right? Just how far. So what is the absolute value of -4? Is 4 less than 0? -4 less than 0. Yes. What is 120% as a decimal and a fraction in simplest form? Okay. How would we make 120 a decimal? Move the decimal. So I'm going to move it this way. How many times? Move the decimal left twice. So it's 1.2, right? So right away, what does that eliminate? C and D. Now, can I turn 1.2 into a fraction? What would it be as a fraction? Before that. Over? No. Say it louder. 10. Because this is 1 2/10, right? Now can I simplify? What can I simplify by? I get 1. What's 2 divided by 2? 10 divided by 2. Did anybody do it that way? No, I figured not. Should you do it that way? Because what happens if it was like 1 2/5 and 1 1/5? Would you have to actually figure it out? Yes. So which letter? B. So how do I write 0.2 as a fraction? Say it. 2/10, right? 0.2 would be 2/10. What if it was 0.55? How would I write that as a fraction? How would I write 0.55? 55 over 100. So that's 55 hundredths, right? All right. The location in the library of the library is represented by the points -20, +5. In which quadrant is this point? So remember, what's this quadrant? 1. This one is? This one? This one? So -20, which way would I go? Left or right? Left. And then 5, which way would I go? Up or down? What quadrant? Did you get that one right? Okay, the dot plot shows the number of hours students watched TV last week. What is the most common number of hours? So which one happens the most? So which one of these has the most dots? And that would be in between 2 and 4, so 3. C, right? The expression 7 parentheses b plus 3 parentheses is equivalent to which expression? So knowing what we did here, go ahead and solve that one. Okay? It's just like what we did here. Go ahead and solve it. Like, so like look up here, right? Hey, give me a thumbs up when you have it. So just like this, the outside number times the first one plus the outside number times the second one. Okay. So here it'd be like times and times. Hey, which letter? Louder. Tell me why. What's 7 times B? What is it? How about everybody? What is it? 7 times B is 7. 7B. What sign is right there? Everybody, what sign is right there? And then 7 times 3 is? Okay. How about we stand up? Okay. Stand up. Once we all start participating, I'll let you sit down. Okay. Hey, Mrs. Cantonwine teaches, hey girl, 2 math classes. Your paper is on the clipboard on my desk. There are 28 students in 6A and 21 students in 6B. She divides both groups of equal size. How many students are in each group? What'd you guys get? 7. How'd you get that? So we could do it one of 2 ways, right? We could add them together. 49. Which number is 49 able to be divided by? 7. Or we could look at them individually, right? So can 7 go into 28? Yes. Can 6 go into 28? 6 times what? No. Can 5 go into 28? How about 4? So 7 or 4. For 21, can 7 go into 21? How about 6? 5? 4? So what's the only one they have in common? So either one. Okay. Okay. So I would think So my thought would be C, because the lowest number, so like that's like your whisker, right? So we have a box here, but we need our whiskers. So the lowest number should be a whisker and the highest number should be a whisker. And then your box should encompass your middle numbers. Okay, so we'll go with C. All right. 1/8 times 2/3. What letter did we get? C. Okay, tell me how you got it. So 1 times 2 is over 8 times 3 is, well, that's not an option, right? So what's that tell me I need to do? What's a number both 2 and 24 can be divided by? So 2 divided by 24 is? 24 divided by 2 is? So what letter? C. Okay, go ahead, you can sit. Okay, you're going to continue to participate or else we will stand up again. All right, evaluate the expression 5 squared minus 3 squared plus 4. When we do order of operations, what do we do first? Say it louder. Okay, do you know how to do 3 squared plus 4 off the top of your head? No, because we've got two things going on in the parentheses. I have an exponent and adding. So we have parentheses. So that's what we're looking at. There's no brackets, right? What would come first? Exponents or add or subtract? Exponents. So 3 times 2. That would be the same as what? 3 times 3, because it's 3 times itself 1, 2 times, right? So what's 3 times 3? Okay, I'm going to bring down the rest of the problem. Hey, I have exponents or parentheses. Which one do I do first? Parentheses. 9 plus 4. Bring down the rest. I have exponent and I have subtraction. What do I do first? Exponent. What's 5 squared? 25. How'd you get that? 5 times 5 minus 13. What's 25 minus 13? So what letter was our answer? Did anybody get it right? Good, good. Okay, follow your order of operations, right? What happens if you go out of order or you skip a step? You're gonna get it wrong. Notice how I wrote down each step and then I brought the rest of the problem down. Is that important? Yes. The linear equation y equals 2x represents the cost y of x pounds of pears. Which ordered pair lies on the graph of the equation? So these are x's, these are y's. All you have to do is you're going to plug in 2 for x, 4 for y. So this would be 4 is y equals 2 times 2. Does that work? Or I guess I can write it like a way you guys know. So that one would work, right? We're going to check the rest though. Okay, so it's 2 times 1 equals 0. Does that one work? What is 2 times 1? 2. Does that equal 0? Nope, doesn't work. Plug in. So 2 times 10 equals 5. Does that one work? What is 2 times 10? 20. Does 20 equal 5? No. Plug in for 4 and 12. So 2 times 4 equals 12. Does that one work? What is 2 times 4? Does that equal 12? No. So what's our answer? A. So tell me again, how did I solve that? What did I do? You just plug in for X and Y. Remember, what comes first? X and then Y, just like the alphabet. X, Y, Z. X and then Y, okay? All right, flip it. Each unit is 1 mile. What is the distance from the theater to the restaurant? What did you guys get? 8. How'd you get it? You counted. What's another way you could have done it? Because this is 3 over 6, and this is 3 negative 2. How else could we have done it? Well, those are the ones that are the same. What would I do with these two numbers? Add them, right? What would the answer have been if each unit was 2 miles? 16, right? The dog's weight changed negative 7 ounces. So what does that mean? He lost 7 ounces while he was sick. Which of the following shows a greater weight and change? So a loss of 8 ounces, what would that be? Negative 8. A loss of 6 ounces. A gain of 6. Gain of 3. What would be a greater change than losing 6 or losing 7 ounces? Losing 8. What if it would have said a gain of 8 ounces? Would that have changed it? Or here, what if I did gain of 9 ounces? Even including these 4, what would be our greater change? The gain of 9, right? Because you still change 9. Here you changed 8. Here you changed by 9. So that would be your greater. What's the volume? First of all, what is volume? That's right. But what does it mean? How much the inside, right? So volume would be like if I filled this room with water. How much water takes up this space? Okay. All right. So Graham said it's volume equals length times width times height. Okay, what's my length? 7. My width? 2. And my height? When you multiply, does it matter what order you put them in? So if I did 4, 7, 2, would it still work? Yes. All right, let's do 2 times 4 first. So then 8 times 7. How do we label volume? What? Centimeters what? What does that 3 mean? No? Think about it. If I were to fill this up with like little boxes, and I would figure out how many of those little boxes are there. What are those little boxes called? Cubes. So what does the 3 mean? Cubed. 56 centimeters cubed. How do I measure area? How do I find area? Square feet. And how do I find it? Length times width. Why is it square and not a cube? Because it's a flat surface. right? Yes. He also said, well, this one we multiply 3 numbers. Area we multiply 2. But it's a flat surface. We're measuring for area, we measure in flat squares, right? And not cubes, because cubes would stick up. All right. What is the mean, median, and mode? All right, what do mean? What is that? Average. What is the median? The number in the middle. And the mode would be the number that occurs the most often. Okay, so first, how do I find the mean? Okay. Well, let's see. What's 24 plus 20? 44. Plus 26 would be 70. Plus 24? 94 plus 21. 115. How many are there? 5. I'm going to take 115 divided by 5. How many times can 5 go into 11? 2. Minus 10, I get 1, bring down the 5. How many times can 5 go into 15? 3. So what's our mean going to be? Okay, so we already know it's not A, and we know it's not C. Okay, because our mean is 23. Okay, to find the median, you have to put all the numbers in order from biggest to smallest. So what, or from smallest to biggest? What's the smallest? 20. Then what? Then what? 24. Then what? Good. Then what? What number is right in the middle? 24. So our median, the middle, and you can think of that. Have you heard median like when you're driving on a road? What's the median? Or you hear a car wrecked in the median, the middle. Like if you think of interstate, that grassy area between the 2 roads, that's the median. So it's the middle, right? Median is middle. So our middle number is, okay, and the mode is the one that happens the most often. Which one happens the most often? Because it happens twice, right? So which answer would we pick? 23, 24, 24. Did anybody get that right? No. Did you guys at least get the mean right? So you knew it was either B or D, and then you were just guessing? Yeah. Okay. Order the integers from greatest to least. So biggest to smallest. What's our biggest number? 3. 3. Next biggest. 1. Then? 2. Then? 3. Then? Okay. Which one? B. B. If you don't know, if you aren't sure, oops, not that way. Do your number line, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. So we have 3, 1, 0, -1. And then you can go, it has it right here, biggest to smallest, right? If 2 bags of apples weigh 8 pounds, how many pounds do 5 bags weigh? So before I can figure out what do I have to find first? How much what? Louder? 1 bag. So if 2 bags are 8 pounds, how much would 1 bag weigh? Well, how much would 1 bag weigh? How'd you get that? Because how did I get from 2 to 1? Divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is? So 1 bag weighs 4 pounds. I want to know how much 5 bags weigh? How'd I get from 1 to 5? What we do on the top, 4 times 5 is 20 pounds. Which letter's our answer? A. Can anybody get that one right?
Yeah.
Did you do it this way? Why would I want you to do it this way, even though the numbers are super easy? Show your work. What else? Do you think the numbers will be this easy on the assessment? So why do you think I wanted you to practice it this way? So you remember it for the assessment, right? Okay. Anybody want to write that down? Okay, turning the page. Hey, the temperature for the weeks were 50, 52, 71, 54, 51. What is the mean of the temperatures without the outlier? Okay, I'm going to put them in order from smallest to biggest. So I've got 50, 51, 52, 54, and then way bigger out here would be 71. What's the outlier? Tell me why. Are these like all right next to each other?
Yeah.
If I put them on a number line, they'd all be right here, right? And 74 would be way out here. So when it's way out from the rest, that's the outlier. So now I'm going to find the mean of these three. So I've got, how do I find the mean? Or these four? Add them. So 50, 50, 50, and 50 would be 200. 1 plus 2 plus 4 would be 7. So I get 207. Then what do I have to do? Divide by. Okay, how many times can 4 go into 20? Minus 20, I get nothing. Bring down the 7. How many times can 4 go into 7? Minus. Pay attention, please. 4, I get 3. Well, I don't have anything remainder 3, do I? So what do I need to do? Add the, what do I have to do first? Add the decimal, then add 0. How many times can 4 go into 30? 7. I have to, then what? Minus 28, I get, then what? How many times can 4 go into 20? What do I do? Bring my decimal. So what would our answer be? Hey, do we need to stand up again? Could have fooled me because I'm hearing from one person. Okay. Again, they gave you the answer straight away. More than likely on the test, it's going to be like 51.65, 51.55, 51.85, 51.75. So are you actually going to have to do it? Yeah. Okay. Jerome records how much time he spends doing homework every day for 5 days, which is not a statistical question for this situation. What is the average amount of time each night? Would we be able to find that if he recorded his time for each night? We would, right? We'd add up all the times and then divide by 5. What is the total amount of time? Could I find that? How would I find it? Add up all the nights, right? Which subject is his favorite? Could I figure that out? Huh? No, because we would have numbers to look at, right? By looking at those numbers, would I have any idea what his favorite subject is? No. On which night did he spend the most time doing homework? Would I be able to figure that out? Yes. So which one is not a statistical question for the situation? C. Finding the subject. Sit up, please. Susie wants to have pizza for her party. She needs 1 pizza for every 4 people. Which expression helps her decide how much pizza to buy if P represents the number of people? Okay, what do I do? Which one did you guys pick? Let's do that. So you're saying 4 times, let's say there were 4 people, times 4. What would 4 times 4 be? 16. Would I need 16 pizzas for 4 people? So can it be A? No. Had you guys thought about it and plugged in an example, would you have figured that out? So whenever I make you turn in your work, should you be showing me your guess and how you got it? If you guess 4 times P, I better see 4 times 4 equals 16, something like that, right? Could I have also put in like, what if there was 10 people? Would I need 40 pizzas for 10 people? No. Okay, let's try this. 1/4. Let's do the 4 people. Times 4 over 1, right? Cross them out. I would get 1 over 1 is 1. So if I took 1/4 times 4 people, that would be 1 pizza. Is that right? Would that make sense? Yep. Each person gets a quarter, so that one works. Okay, if I did 2 times 4, what would I get? So if I had 4 people, would I need 8 pizzas? No, that's too much. All right, let's try 1/2 times 4 over 1. I would get 4 over 2, which equals 2. So for 4 people, I would get 2 pizzas. Each person would get a half. Right. But we just want 1 pizza for every 4 people. This would be 1 pizza for every 2 people. Is that what we want? No. So what's our answer? B. B. Okay, a middle school basketball coach recorded the number of points scored in each game. How many games did the team score? 25 to 29 points. So we're looking here, right? This says the number of games. This is the points scored. So we go up. How many games did they score 25 to 29 points? 4. Which letter? C. A rectangle prism measures. Okay, so 4 inches by 6 inches by 8 inches. What is the surface area? So before we find it in numbers, tell me, what would the surface area be? Is that like the volume? Would I just do length times width times height? No, because if they wanted that, they would say, what is the volume? How would I find, like, what does surface area mean? What do you think? Let's use our words here. What does this mean? So the top of the box, right? Well, would I only find the top of the box? Or would I find the area of all sides? Okay, so to help us see this, I'm just going to draw this very crude picture of a cube. Don't mind my drawing abilities because they're not great. Okay, so if we had 8 inches, we'll say 6 inches and 4 inches. So now I have to find the area of the front, the back, the top, the bottom, the side, and the side. So what would the area of the front be? How'd you get 24? Louder, and everybody. 6 times 4. Okay, where else would the area be 24? The back of it, right? So the back is also 24. All right, let's do this side right here. How would I find the area of this side? Which is? 32. Where else would the area be 32? The other side. So over here, it's 32. Okay, what do I have left to find? The top and the bottom. How do I know what is this right here? What is this length right here? 6. What is this length right here? 8. How would I find the area of the top? Which is 48. So that's 48. What's the bottom? 48. So then what can I do? Well, let's do 24 plus 24 is 48. 32 plus 32 is 64. 48 plus 48. Now what can I do with these three? Add them. 4 plus 6. 10 plus 8. All right, the 8 carry the 1. 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 9. Well, what's 1 plus 9? 10. What's 4 plus 6? 10. So 10 plus 10 is? So what's our surface area? 208. Okay. Is K equals 4 a solution to the equation? Okay. How they're saying either yes it is or no, K should equal this. How would I solve for K? How would I solve for K? Well, I need to get K by itself, don't I? Okay. How would I do that? How do I get rid of the half? You do the opposite. What's the opposite of times? Divide by 1/2. Divide by 1/2. Those cancel out. I'm left with K equals. How would I do? What do I have to do first for 8 divided by 1/2? Make it improper. Then what? No. Change, flip. I keep 8 over 1. Change divide 2 times, and I flip 1/2 to 2 over 1. 8 times 2 over, what is 16 over 1? So K equals 16. Okay. That one was pretty easy, right? You could have figured it out just by showing or just by thinking. But again, is that what I want you to do? No, why would I not want you to do that here? Are we practicing for when the numbers are bigger and harder? Yes. Okay, how many terms are in the following expression? So terms would be like how many numbers? So there's 5 and 3. What about A? What does A represent? It represents an unknown number. So would A count as a term? So how many terms are there? 3. Okay, the reporter interviewed 10 first-time skiers from Florida. Which of the following is true? Let's see. This is a sample of all skiers. No, because does first-time skiers, do they represent all skiers? No, their experiences would be very different than people that have been skiing for 20 years, right? These skiers are biased.
Yeah.
Why would they be biased?
They've never done it before.
They've never done it before. So they might think it's hard, right? Skiers that have done it for 20 years, would they think it's hard? So it could be biased. These skiers are not biased. Is that true? No. This is a random sample. Is that true? Tell me why it's not. Well, if it was random, would they be from all over? Yeah. If it was random, would it only be first time skiers? No. If it was random, you'd have a mix, right? So which one should it be? B. Okay, order these numbers. We'll do that next time. Okay, so we'll stop there for now. What was I gonna say?
You want us to just leave them better sheets?
Yeah, we'll finish these last three whenever we come back. Okay, did I pause it or stop it?